Right, so I put some more stuff on here. I saw Killer Cobra on the Amstrad on Zypho's live stream yesterday. So obviously today's Saturday. I actually like not just live streams but videos in general about budget games. That's kind of why I did those rubbish Mastertronic games. But budget games were really important. I mean, yeah, sure, C64 games were 20 quid cheaper than NES cartridges in like 1987. I think it's 87 when they came out. Was it Christmas 87? You could get an NES PAL unit. I think it was. I don't think it was Christmas 1988. That would be insane. I mean, Atari STs were so cheap. You would probably find one in a Christmas cracker. Not like the crackers you get today with their shit toys. Rubbish. Bought these really expensive crackers. And I was expecting to have like those £1 pound shop style like gadgety things in there, like a mini calculator, and it's like nothing. Like it's the same shit you'd get in the early 80s. Ridiculous. So what are they putting in there now? A fucking bit of paper with a drawing of a plastic frog. Anyway, but like I say, there's a big difference between 20 quid cheaper and 28 quid cheaper, because 8 quid was a lot of money if you're like a kid and you were lucky enough to have a home computer, but you had to buy your own games from your pocket money. So that's really the reason why I wanted a home computer, because at the end of the day I just could not afford enough VCS things. So instead of asking for like VCS games for like Christmas and birthdays and other special times, I'm not going to tell you what specific things are, because there is stuff other than Christmas and your birthday if you're not English. So like I always said, me, if I walked home like I think it was 4 days from school, obviously, then that money I could put towards a Mastertronic game. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing behind the cardboard? Don't go behind the cardboard. Shh. Man, they're really playing up today. Not really. That's comedy playing up, not when they're really playing. That's not a good day. So anyway, he played that. He played Guardian 2. Killer Cobra is a Super Cobra knockoff. Guardian 2 is a sequel to Guardian, which is a straight... Don't do that, buddy. Guardian 2 is a straight knockoff of, Defender, Stargate kind of thing. And both of them had really good scrolling, actually. Now, he also played Mission Genocide, which is a Star Force knockoff. A lot more of a Star Force knockoff than Warhawk. Now, on the Amstrad, it uses the what the C64 calls high res mode, but it's medium mode. So it's like mode 1, but it's limited to 4 colours. There's no rasters going on or anything with that game. But anyway, that was fast too. So, a bit of an eye-opener actually. And Miami Cobra GT, that is a really good 2.5D racing game, regardless of whether it's budget or not. It's really impressive. Chevy Chase is, I don't know, it's a bit more pedestrian. It's a bit more of a comedy racing game, because your car is just like ridiculously large. But it is impressive. However, so I downloaded all of those, so hopefully there's no protection, like manual protection, read word, blah blah blah, which would be rare on a budget game, I have to say. You don't get manuals with my budget games. Then they played Quick Snacks, Quick Snacks Dizzy it's called, or Dizzy Quick Snacks, but on the C64 it's just called Quick Snacks, which is kind of a Dizzy game, but not a platform game. It's just like a Dizzy game that isn't a platform game. So, and Motos looked interesting actually. Looked like a cross between Bomboozle and Marble Madness. And by Marble Madness I mean just that specific 5 seconds where you're being bounced by the evil enemy sprites on the screen trying to knock you off the edge of the thing. Yeah. It's really weird. So, and I don't think I tried Viz yet, or did I? I don't think I've tried Viz. Maybe it didn't work. So, now Super Cobra was never really a commercial game. I think it's from 2008. So, let's see how this gets on this. But, you know, we're comparing it to budget games anyway. So Guardian 2 and Mission Genocide are on the C64. I might try Mission Genocide next, because you can bet your ass they didn't use a high res mode. They would have used the the multicolour fat pixel mode. Even though technically if they use one colour and one colour background and just change the foreground colours, which you can do using colour RAM. So they could have actually done something more colourful than the Amstrad version, but keeping the same background graphics. That'd be interesting actually. See if I can get some Star Force tile maps. If not, I'll have to play Star Force on MAME and record it and try and rebuild it. It's a bit of a nightmare. Because MAME, uncompressed AVI captures don't always work when you take a snapshot with VLC. So, do I press fire, space? Right. Don't pay but play. See, it's a classic example. There are some die-hard C64 fans that don't like the Amiga. The only negative thing I've got to say about the Amiga is the sprites. The sprites are really useless. They are inferior in some ways to the C64 because they're identical to the NES sprites, 16 pixels wide and a maximum of 3 colours. And even worse, you have to use the same colours for the sprites that you use for the background graphics. So if you're doing a 32 colour game, the last 16 colours are taken up by the sprites, which is shit. If you double them up, you get 4 16 colour, 16 pixel wide by up to 256 pixels high sprites. Pretty useless. Not even enough to do a decent speeder bike chase sequence. So, but 8 you could probably get away with. It'd be pretty skinny trees at 16 pixels wide, but hey. So I don't think the Amiga's trash, but 99% of Amiga games are trash because they're just not done well enough. Right, so let's give this a go. Looks a bit VCS, but I haven't seen the arcade, so very smooth, obviously. The background bitmap graphics are moving a bit, a bit slowly there. Ooh. Now I think on Killer Cobra they were labelled as oil, not fuel. Oh, 8-bit Ray should be happy. There he is. Well, you can't really see him, can you? Well, he's sticking his head in there. Ah, go on then, there you go, look, there he is. Some people like my cats, fair enough. That's probably the best part of my channel. Anyway, not when you have to do the litter trays and you bought the wrong cat litter. That's a real nightmare, that is. You want non-clumping wood pellets. You want it to turn to sawdust, mate. You don't want big clumps of wee-smelling wet. Ah, nah, see. All Hellis. There are multiple children called Hellis. Hellis is a name. I believe it's a Greek name. That's a bit weird. I don't think that's in Super Cobra the arcade. So we have to play this a bit more, I think. Yeah, I'd rather didn't save the high score, but at least it works, so can't knock it down for that, really. It's a bit like Richard Hammond's Porsche 924 modifications and James May's missing bits. If they weren't there to begin with, you can't mark them down. See, fuel is a problem. I don't like this section. Is this the first section you get in? It might be, actually. Oh man, see, you can't fly through the flames. I don't like that. As a kid who used to watch 1978 Battlestar Galactica, whenever it came on the BBC, I expect to fly through the explosions. Suspension of disbelief, thank you. So I really don't like these flames going on. It's better not to hit them. So maybe we'll just try and get past this bit. And maybe we'll get onto the other sections. I must have accidentally touched the walls. Now, this is a copy on GameBase and there was no cheats, so I can't really level skip to see the end of the game or anything like that. So I'm not a fan of the colour choices. Oh man, maybe I should have kept firing, but I didn't want to set those, like, you know, city domes on fire. Ah, bloody hell. Ah, the sound of the old chips decay. They will eventually catch up to you, so you've got to be careful. So we just try and race through these. So top up on our fuel there, but not really enough actually. That was a bit close. Yeah, I don't like these graphics here. Oh no, oh come on. I just want to get past this bit. So it's playable enough actually. It's not as good, anywhere near as good as a good budget knockoff would have been. But you know, if Mastertronic did something in 1985 and it was reasonable, it would be like this, I guess. So that's that one ticked off. As you'll see from the video I uploaded before this, my worries about the C64 starting to fail don't seem to have been borne out yet. How long we had this thing on for? 15 minutes plus whatever it took to record the other shit bit. Someone's playing with a bottle cap, but I specifically put the bottle cap in here. I gave it to Killer, aka Adamski. That's his new name now. It's not his fault. No one No one forced him to be the biggest cat in the house and therefore the strongest. That's just how it works. He's not particularly aggressive. Certainly not to me and half the other cats. Well, I kind of know what Guardian 2 is going to be like, so we'll go with Mission Genocide. Let's hope it works. Probably will do, because it's a Hackersoft crazy hack at the bottom. So we'll be able to get that version to work. Now, of course, because 99% of the 130 odd C64 games I had, maybe even a bit more than that, were originals, or they were the few copied games I had, probably less than 10. They were either tape backup copies, I think there was 3 or 4 of those, and the others were like cartridge dumps, but they didn't have any trainer options on. So for me, the entire C64 era, ZTB, I can't remember what the Z and... Oh, I think it's Zap the Bastard. That's what ZTB stands for, which they had to change later, obviously. I don't want to read that. Now on the Amstrad, the first level has really rubbish palette choices, but then it improves. So we'll go with no and yes. And we'll go with no for all the other stuff. And yes if we want to finish a level, so we can see what the colour palette is going to be like. Note the picture is taken from the Amstrad CPC version of the game. Okay. Paul Shirley, is he the guy who wrote Spin Dizzy? Which has no scrolling and one sprite on most of the screens. Yeah, actually, it's pretty much the same thing, but multicolour. So they've got the same rubbish palette choices, but they've lost half the resolution, actually. That's a shame. It looks very similar, except the C64 version is more blocky. Very smooth though. Oh, I don't have to keep pressing the fire button. Oh, magic. Good, good. So I don't think it'd be that difficult. Obviously I can't comment on that because at the moment I've got the invincibility cheat on. I don't know why there's another ship there. I can't blow it up or nothing. If you keep your finger on the fire button, you can't fire the missiles. Right, okay. So if things are getting a bit hectic, you have to kind of do that. There's no end of level Guardian or anything. So the palette choice is very similar to what they've chosen on the Amstrad. And I think it's about level 3 where they sort of start looking nicer. So if you like Star Force, well I should say if you did like Star Force and you were late to the party, okay, the cherries, I would assume they were like some sort of power up. And you're on a limited budget, obviously, even though there is no full price official conversion of Star Force. It's not that bad. I mean, they have put sprites in the border. Your score at the bottom is in the border. And there's a few other like icons at the top as well. So it is kind of full screen. Just at the plate, yeah, anyway. Thank you. So this is really where things start to look a bit like Star Force, and you know what, it's pretty good. I can't really fault the game engine as such. Controller input, all that is quite fine. Most of the time I am obviously dodging stuff. That's why even though I've got invincibility on. Although I could have left that off actually and just done the Commodore level skip. But as soon as you see invincibility, yes, no, you just say yes now. That's just what happens when you're about half a century old, mate. Invincibility becomes something worth pursuing to make a reality. So of course on the C64 in any given character block you can never have more than 2 colours in 320 by 200 mode, no matter what screen mode you use. That is just a limitation of the machine, so you have to live with that. So that kind of makes things tricky, which is why it's called the Spectrum Graphics mode. So you'd have to draw everything with sprites, which is possible, but there's a lot of multiplexing going on. And those little square blobs that these things are firing here and here, they're obviously character graphics, so yeah, that might be a bit of a problem working out how you're going to draw them, what colours they're going to turn out compared to the Amstrad. But that's a trade-off, really. You could have kept the resolution, and but then this game is only designed to be 4 colours, so I don't see the point. They've taken the existing graphics pretty much and just thrown away 50% of the horizontal resolution and be damned. Maybe the screen area is a bit wider. And they've gone with that. So there is a lot of stuff going on the screen. So your shots look like sprites because they're very smooth, but the shots everything else fires, yeah, they're not moving as smoothly, so we're not really knocking out any of the ground enemy. How do you get rid of these arseholes? To be honest, don't look any worse than Light Force. The difference is Light Force did have a tune that was probably worth about £7, so for me back then I would have thought it's one of my favourite C64 tunes. But then this is £7 cheaper than Light Force, so if you play Light Force with the music turned off, just sound effects, you'll get an idea, better idea of how close they are. But yeah, it's not bad. Right, let's check out one more colour choice. Yellow, is it going to be yellow? Yellow and green. So all these things, they don't really need to be yellow, white and green. These can all be different colours. It's kind of like, imagine a 1980-81 Atari 800 conversion of Star Force. Yeah, this is probably what it'd be like, with slightly slimmer sprites. So yeah. So actually, that's not bad. Yeah, I don't think I played Guardian 2. I played the first one somewhere. Whether I've uploaded it or not, who knows, mate. There is about 20 games, like isolated reviews, mostly. I probably haven't uploaded, but you see, I have to watch all of them, and then if I'm not sure if I've uploaded it, one by one, check on YouTube Studio, the easiest way. And that's a real pain in the arse now, so I don't think we'll be doing that. Right, we're in Joystick Port 2, latest 2. definitely played Turbo Boats in. Didn't like that much. Let's go Guardian 2. I haven't pissed about with Run the Gauntlet yet, just so I can play the fucking enormous, you know, quad buggy type things with the keyboard controls to see if that's better. So I might do that maybe later today. Oh, I finished watching the Blacklist season 8. Yeah, that was the interesting thing. I assumed that would be the end of the series. But no, apparently October the 21st, season 9 is premiering. However, I'll wait for all the episodes, which is about 22, 24 per season, to be aired so I can binge watch it. So the earliest I could watch that is, you know, a couple of days, maybe 3 days before the final episode comes on. It's the only way to watch the Blacklist, otherwise it's shit. I wish they'd realise that. It probably affects their viewing figures. Cute. Oh, actually, I probably do need the keys. There's going to be a key I need to press now. Oh, trainers, right, okay. Let's go over. Okay. No. Ah, bollocks. I wanted invincibility. Okay, well. No, you have to sacrifice a life to put the volume up. Not something you should do in real life though. Deal with it. Right. See, the best thing about any Defender arcade game, Defender, Stargate, whatever, is you can fill the screen with lasers. They kind of stay on the screen. And it's not doing that. I don't know if that's because they're using sprites to draw these things, but that's a problem every single Defender clone has on 8-bit machines. They just don't do it. Yeah, it is a Stargate knockoff because you go through the Stargates, isn't it? Now, without my CRT glasses, I'm finding it very difficult to see who's being abducted there. Oh, I think I just should. Yeah. See, on here, you've got little guys walking round. Whereas on the Amstrad, they do look like the humans in the Defender arcade, so... So I haven't got any of the cheats on, and it seems relatively easy. Yeah, again, this is a nice game. This is by High Tech, so it would have been about 3-4 quid. However, it's quite a late release. So, yeah, got you, buddy. So, you know, whether you wanted to play a Stargate clone at any price in, like, you know, the latter half of the mid-80s at least, I would have thought. That's another issue, really. Mountains don't seem to go high enough, I don't think. Let's just check that. I think that is a thing. Maybe Guardian is better in that respect. So, and if your eyesight's shit, you can have problems with the radar. Oh, there we go. There's one getting abducted a bit further up. Oh no! That is a bit tricky to control, but No, it's fine. And the mountains are not high enough. I don't like them. They're a bit Commodore pet. So that's that one. Off with the auto fire. Don't damage the poor C64. So actually we've been using this machine. We've been using it a lot actually. About a year and a half now. It's coping a lot better than the Argos Executive hard Bulgarian leather office chair bullshit thing, which isn't particularly comfortable. It don't give me backache, but it certainly doesn't help if I have slight backache. So we were in joystick port 2, so I can do that. I think Quick Snacks is like Pengo. I can't remember what the other one's like. But we'll try Motos. Actually, let me have a quick check to see what's going on with the Mastertronic business on my own custom collection of games. There you go. I do remember having a bit of a digital clear out and tidy up with the folders and what can go in the buy software publisher. However, I'm not sure how much of Mastertronic I've done. I played another game called Zub, which I don't like anyway, it's not my kind of game, so I won't be doing that. Yeah, no, there's some missing. D81s do actually hold a lot of stuff in there. I think he may have played Island of Dr. Destructo, I'm not sure actually. I've played a hell of a lot of these games. In fact, I might just play Panther anyway. Whether you get to see that, that's another thing. Yeah, no. See, I had specific 1984, 1985, 1986 directories, but they should still be on Mad Commodore 1. It's a stupid name for a computer. Now anyone can find me. So yeah, I kind of run out of shit to watch now. So the projector's not going on for a bit. Yeah, I don't want to be in that directory or this directory. Let's go back to latest 2 then. So we're playing Motos from here. No, I want latest 2. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Right. So I'm going to have to have a look at the Mastertronic business. Because you've got Bulldog, Entertainment USA, Mastertronic, Mastertronic Added Dimension, and then Virgin Mastertronic, which I believe are the full price games. The last one. So you have to do quite a lot of separate searching, and not everything you expect to be on a certain thing is on that particular thing. You know, it's just there somewhere in one of those 4. So their Mastertronic games is a bit of a pain in the arse. I don't know how many Entertainment USA things there were, and I don't know if Mastertronic Bulldog is so basically you just have to search for Mastertronic you know, publisher contains the word Mastertronic on Game Base 64, so it's a bit of a faff really. I won't do any cheats on this. They don't mention who does the music. Yeah, it's 8 sprites, see? Sorry, I just have to work out how they're doing these things. You have to bump them off, innit? It's a bit like Street Fighter. No, not Street Fighter. Was it Dead or Alive? Yeah. Well, the graphics are very colourful, actually. I don't think Fire does it. I think the spike thing is harder to push off. I think the spike thing may be smaller on the Amstrad. And I fell off too. See, it's always a problem. Always a problem when you have these kind of fights on the top of a high-rise build, which you should not do. Alright, so at least you don't have to do them again. I don't know what difference the colours would make. Maybe the blue ones are heavier. So those things seem to have been energy of some description. Oh no, the red ones respawn a lot, don't they? So how many times are they going to respawn forever? Because if they do, it's end of review, mate. Luckily, they didn't respawn forever. Because it's not a bad game, actually. If it was about 1985, I probably still would have liked it. Select pills. How do I select pills? I've got no idea what I was doing there. Oh, actually, that's a little spiky thing I think I remember from the Amstrad version. The spiky thing really is a real bastard, actually. Oh no, because it's very easy, because he kind of dodges out of the way while you're moving towards him to push you. He's a jerky jerk in there, controlling that thing. Oh, this is not good, right? We've got holes in the floor, so Tron start. So you can add Tron to the mix now. I'm not sure what it's doing when it says that. Obviously, I would have had the instructions. Okay, that was a bit easy. Obviously, if there's holes in the floor. Oh, is that like some sort of bonus round? I don't know what that means, I really don't. It seems to be changing this thing here. Why would that? Because pressing fire doesn't do nothing. I think that's normal. Maybe I shouldn't throw them off the screen. Well, we collected something. So it's pretty playable. Maybe it's a bit easy. I'll just press fire. I've got no idea what's going on there. If you push the pills off the screen, you get an extra one, but I don't know what they do. Yeah, it's a pretty nice game actually for about 85, something like that. Possibly 86. That was a funny thing. Even if you had, say, I don't know, Rambo or Green Beret or something at home, you'd still want a new game, even if it was a £2 Mastertronic game. We'll go with that. I don't know what it means when it does that. So, well, this maze is great for me. Not so much for them. Right there, Adamski. Again, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. So we've got new enemies, so it's turned out to be quite fun. I would imagine after a few days would become repetitive, but by this sort of time I would have had like, trying to think actually, probably about 30, let's say it came out in 86, I probably would have had about 30 full price C64 games to like alternate and play, so I don't know why. Oh, maybe it's whether you collect pills or not. So I wasn't really paying attention there, so luckily it was these ones. If it was the spiky ones, we'd be in real trouble. So I suppose maybe the goal is to get a full complement of both. I have no idea what happened there. All these are new. So I use the tricky ones to push off the rubbish balloons. I'm going to call them balloons. Is he looking for a spider? We had to get rid of an enormous spider today. Because I don't want the cats eating them. That's the only reason. There's no wing power-ups or anything. All these are tricky, but they're not really tricky enough to be a long-term challenge. So I guess we'll go with easy to learn, easy to master. Which is good for me today, but not back then. So, oh no, we pushed them off. Why didn't it add those wings to my complement there? I don't get that. Although it is saying 3 now, even though I can only see 2. That was a bit weird. I honestly don't know what the wings and pills business is, so. Alright, okay, they're barriers, so. I use them to push the barriers off. Ooh, these are a bit more tricky actually. They can still do it, so we've wasted a fair bit of time on this game. So I guess it's a hit really. It's not bad. I mean, in exchange for the health benefits of walking nearly 2 miles home from school for a week, you get to buy this game on top of your weekly full price game. So when you look at it from that point of view, it's not bad. It's not bad at all really. Yes, it does get a bit repetitive, but it's not bad. Music's alright, graphics are colourful, plays fine, controls are fine, instructions would help. I probably do have an original copy of this game, but so I don't really know if there's anything I can do about it. Well, here we go. So I got to round 17 with no cheats. I'm a gaming god. So it's quite a simple game, I would say, unless I'm missing a trick with what I'm supposed to be doing with the old wings and stuff. Yeah, they don't really push you off as much as I would expect, considering I'm doing nothing there. So as long as you don't fall off the edge. So you just got to get used to the control. So, well, within losing a life, I'm pretty much a genius at this game. Wow, it's so easy, isn't it? Can't do anything with them? No. Yeah, it's quite a simple game. There's no wings turning up, so wings on the Amiga. There's one Cinemaware game I definitely need to have an original copy of, and that's Rocket Ranger. I was just thinking I've got Sinbad, yes. Defender of the Crown has been sort of cracked to work on, you know, SD to IC, the internal one that I got. If I had the disc swap buttons, then I could use another version and the music won't fuck up while it's loading, but right, buddy. I haven't seen him. Where's he gone? Yeah, we've done everything except quick snaps. I can't remember what the other one was. There is another Dizzy game. Yeah, so, you know, I think the problem with the Amstrad is just like on the C64 where they use the wrong screen mode and it really ruins any potential the game had of looking nice. The same thing does happen on the Amstrad. They use the it's called mode 1, it's 320 by 200s with an absolute, you know, set in stone maximum 3 colours and a background, single background colour for the entire screen. Even if you use rasters per scan line, which wouldn't really help that much. So whereas the Spectrum and the C64 in that kind of screen mode can actually get, with restrictions, 16 colours on a complete scan line that's 8 pixels high. So I suppose one column of characters and one row, that kind of width. ZX Spectrum has got much wider side borders, so it is a similar resolution. You can just get more information on the screen. Minus -1 billion points for making me move forward in my executive chair. I'm an executive, sir. So this might not even work. Who knows if it's going to work? Blank screen. LEDs are off on the SD to IC. There we go. No. Only collect 1 Dizzy per stage. No. So Commodore keys to skip game. What's that funny noise? So clearly that is Dizzy with some comical safety specs on. That's really colourful. Ah shit, the entire camera's off. Right, it's got scrolling as well, I didn't know that. Do I have to avoid these little things or pick them up? Oh, you run over them and they follow you. Bit stalkerish, isn't it? If someone run me over, I wouldn't be following them anywhere, mate. They'd be following me. Well, actually, I'd be following them whilst calling the police to come and do something about it. So there was another game I think supposed to download. So I'm guessing you have to get all of these little guys and take them somewhere. It's actually really nicely coded. I do like the psychedelic colour scheme, but then, you know, I was born in the 70s, so don't hold that against me, innit? Now, I'm not sure where we have to take them, that is the only thing. Here? No. Oh no. See if the enemies touch them. So you can use a fireball, but you only get one. Oh no, so I should have treated that like as a smart weapon. Oh well. A dumb smart weapon. That's really nicely done actually. I don't mind playing this actually. Nah, crap, they all get buggered now, don't they? Shit. So they just get scattered around the level, they don't get killed. They're little mites. They could be little termites for all I know. I don't know what the scale is. This could be a fish egg, I'm not sure. Maybe that's why he's got the goggles on. Oh no. It's a bit tricky avoiding them little shits. Guess we should have saved the there we go. Save the fireball there. No. Get over here, buddy. Oh no. It's actually a really tricky game. It doesn't help that I don't know where to take them. If I knew that, I'd probably play it a bit longer, but I don't have the instructions, so... And the fact that they're running away from me is a bit rubbish. But it's part of the gameplay, I guess. Hurry up, but I don't know where... I guess we take them there, do we? You have to rescue all of them, that is the problem here. So that's not bad, you know. I'll have to come back to this one after reading some instructions. But yeah, pretty good morning. And all with the power of budget games. Now if only there was a decent fucking kebab shop near where I live within delivery